Do you feel like there's a lot of noise out there right now? Noise that you're trying to cut through with your message around coaching or consulting or training? Do you feel a little bit invisible, despite the fact that you are doing so much work to get your message out there, posting on social media, organically writing blogs, all these different things, but nobody is speaking back to you? Well, stick with me, because in this episode, I'm going to show you how you can become the go-to expert in your particular part of the market so that you can attract the right people and they become your clients. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, Emotional Intelligence Speaker and Trainer of the Year and Master Coach Trainer. And today I want to continue our conversation by unpacking with you and helping you to understand the power of expert positioning. A lot of coaches position themselves as just that. I'm a coach. Or if you're a trainer, I'm a trainer. Or I'm a speaker. Whatever the modality that they're using to get their message across. And we've talked about in the previous weeks that people don't want what you do, they want a transformation, they want a result that whatever it is that you do with them helps them to get. So if we reverse engineer that and we go right back to the whole foundation of everything that we do, and that's you, we need to look at it differently so that we can position ourselves in the right market. Expert positioning allows you to monetize your memories, leverage your life experiences, and most importantly, choose your own community that you're going to work with. Now, some of you may have a challenge with the word expert. I know I did. And, we've probably all heard the joke that an expert, if you break it down, X is an unknown quantity and a spurt is a drip under pressure. And I'm sure people like Albert Einstein, who was very much an expert, went through similar challenges to what you and I are going through today. To be able to be heard, to cut through all that noise of all the other people out there that are doing what it is that you do. It doesn't have to be that way. And what I've discovered is that there are 3 steps that we can take in expert positioning to help us to get more clarity for ourselves and, most importantly, for those people who we want to attract. So as I take you through these 3 particular steps, what I want you to do is think about them in your context. And I want you to take yourself on a journey as you come along with me and gather information that you're going to be able to use to design your expert positioning. The first area are your signature stories. Now, we all love a good story. What a signature story does, it takes a part of you and it translates that in the language and the context of your potential clients so that they resonate with you and go, wow, this person is actually like me and they get my problem. Now, it's important when we choose our signature stories that they're not just stories that we just ramble on talking about ourselves. Our stories need to come from our hero's journey. Our stories need to be ones that we have learnt lessons from that we now can help others with. My story of being left on a doorstep as a child allows me to help my listeners to understand why I formed the beliefs that I did and why I got stuck in the performance trap. As they're listening to that story, even though they may or may not have been left on a doorstep as a child, the part of the story, the essence of that story, being a people pleaser, looking for approval all the time, is something that they can relate to. Then, as I continue on in that story and I help them to understand how things are different now and how I was able to go on that transformation from feeling less than to feeling on top and confident and having heaps of personal power, they see that as a journey that they would like to go on themselves. So the first component of you doing your expert positioning is your signature stories. The second area that I like to help people to understand is your sensei superpower. What is it that you do easily and effortlessly? What is it that you would do for free because you love it so much? What are the experiences taught you in your life and the skills that they've given you in this particular area? Being able to pull that apart and to bring out gold nugget lessons for yourself and for your potential audience means that you rise above and go from being a generalist to being a specialist who solves this particular problem better than anybody else. Superman could jump over buildings and you could shoot at him and it didn't hurt. Wonder Woman had an invisible plane. However, for her to dodge bullets, she had to have her special bracelets on to stop the bullets from hitting her, because if the bullets hit her, she wasn't immortal. So there's two superheroes there with two totally different superpowers. And that's what we need to be able to bring out in our message to our market. Yes, there are many people out there that can help you. I can help you with this because this is my superpower. This is my area of genius. As I take people through this, there is a process and, we look at those areas in your life that gave you that superpower when you actually realized that you had it, and then extrapolate from that your genius zone. That's the area where you work easily, effortlessly, you have heaps of energy, and you're able to sustain that because it's what you want to do. It comes out of the essence of who you are. So that's the second area. Once we've been through those first two areas, the third area is what I call segment specialization. Now, I know that for some people, it's challenging to go, I'm going to pick this small area of the marketplace, because it seems like what you're doing is limiting your ability to serve, limiting your ability to grow your practice and to make an income. My experience has been exactly the opposite. And thankfully, working with the mentors that I've worked with over the years, I got this, and I hope you do right now too. The more narrow you get in who it is that you want to work with, the more amplified your message is, because it fits that particular group like a glove. I know for many years working in law firms, although I was never a lawyer, specializing in that area allowed me to speak their language, allowed me to have an understanding of how what I taught and what I coached actually translated into their environment, how it actually solved the problems of that particular segment, rather than just generalizing how this can help leaders. Once we know, what we stand for, who we are, and we have clarity around that through our signature stories and our sensei superpower, we can logically look at, well, who has those problems that I can solve? And that's where we can specialize and get our message worked out so that they actually hear it. And we cut through all that noise. So expert positioning is all about getting clear on who you are, what you know, why that matters to you and to others. And then you can move into the next area, which we're going to look at next week, and that is aligning that with a message and an audience so that you can get more clients, you can make a bigger impact because you're helping more people. There's one thing worse than not having enough clients, and that's having the wrong fit clients. By positioning yourself as an expert, you will stand out like a lighthouse on the top of a mountain, and those who resonate with that message will come to you, and they'll hear your message above all the other messages that have been shouting out at them right now. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week where we'll go to the next step in this process, and that is audience alignment. I'll see you then.